So before we begin today's session, do you guys have any questions from yesterday? I hope you all received the mail. Have you received the day one mail with the recording and the materials? Okay. So we'll start with the day 2 session. Today we are going to discuss about the conditional statements and the looping statements. The conditional statements being if, elif, the while loop, the for loop, and if time permits, we are going to discuss about the concepts of lists and dictionary. So let us start with our discussion on the if statement first, which is a conditional statement. So the if statement have got few variants. It is a conditional statement. It is used to evaluate a condition. So you say if condition. If the condition is true, you will have a set of statements to be executed. Elif, other set of statements to be executed. Or you can have an else. If none of the above conditions match, you will have if all above do not match, then this set of statements will get executed. Now you have to note down a few things. In Python, note down the syntax please. There is no bracket, there is this colon and then there is this tab event. The tab event basically provides the indentations and tell us that the set of statements belong to this block of code. You do not have brackets to tell which set of statements are inside which block of code, rather with indentation and this tab and this colon, sorry, we are able to set up the set of statements. Now there are some variants of the if. The simple if, which is just the if statement. So if condition, you will have a set of statements to be executed. Then you have got if else, if condition, statement, else, other statement. Then you have got the if elif else loop, which is basically if condition 1, elif condition 2, else. You can have more elifs also. And then you have got nested if else. So there is an if inside another if. So condition 1, another if, condition 2. You can have an elif in here or a else in here, whatever you like. Okay. So this is simple if, this is if else, this is the multiple if else statement, and this is the nested if else statement. So these are the variants. Now we will see implementation of some of the variants. Let us see simple if implementation. So let us say we create a program if 2 greater than 3, print true. That's it. Simple. Let's run it. Nothing gets printed, right? Because this condition is never true. Let us reverse the situation. Now true gets printed. And this is how we write the code. Okay. Now let us try an if else block. So if let us take two variables, a is equal to int. Let's take the second variable. If a greater than b, we'll say print a is greater, else print b is greater. Okay. So this is our program. Let's run it. So we get a is greater. Do you all see this code? I'm going to give you a small practice assignment to be done right now. Do you all see this code? Okay, great. So the practice question for you guys to do is again try to write down the pseudocode first. Ask user to enter a number, find whether the number is even or odd. This is your question which you guys have to solve. Please attempt it. Fine answer, Karthik. I think you're still not able to use your system. If you would have been able to use your system, you would have noted that you have to use this use this colon as well. Otherwise, Python will not understand. And try to keep the condition in bracket like this. Like this. Rest all is good. All of you done? It was a pretty simple question. Let me know if you are still doing it. You can just say doing, or if done, just say done. So Puneet is done, Karthik is done. Done? Okay, great. So you would have noticed that you are using the mod operator, right? So if number mod 2 is equal to 0, this is an even number, else it's an odd number. Simple, right? This should have been the logic. Now let us see a program where we are going to use the multiple if else block. So the question is, find the grade achieved by student given marks as per the following table. So there is a table which is available to us. The table is, if the marks secured between 81 to 100, the grade is A. If the marks are secured between 61 to 80, the grade is B. If the marks are secured between 41 to 60, the grade is C. If the marks are secured between 0 to 40, the grade is fail. Any other entry is invalid marks. So this is the table which we have available to us. Based on this table, we have to write down a program. So let us see, have a look at our program. So we first fetch the marks from the end user. So we say int input enter marks. If marks is less than equal to 100 and marks is greater than 80, it has to be a AND operator because both the conditions should be fulfilled. We will print grade A. Elif, it is not else if or anything else, it is elif, elif, elif. Another condition, if the marks is less than equal to 80 or marks is greater than 60, we print grade B. Grade C, between 0 to 40 fail. Any other marks invalid. So when I run this program, let us say I enter a value, I get grade A. Let's run again, I enter a value, fail. Okay. For invalid marks, let us say I enter a value more than 100, I get invalid marks. Or I enter a negative value, I get invalid marks. Have a look at this program. Based on this, I will give you another practice question to be done. Any questions, let me know. Any questions in this program? Okay. Fine. Uh, Great. So, Renuka, are you there? Do you have any questions? You are offline. Okay. Yeah, that's why she's not responding. Okay. Fine. So let us take the practice question. The practice question you guys have to solve right now is, find the area of the geometrical figure based on the number of sides end user provides. If the end user provides 1, treat it as a square, ask for 1 value. If the end user say 2 sides, treat it as a rectangle, ask for length and breadth. This is your question. Any other number? Say invalid. So you have to calculate the area of the geometrical figure. If the person enters 1, asked for 1 number, because square has only one side which has to be provided for area. For rectangle you have to have both the length and breadth to calculate area of a rectangle. If any other number is entered, say invalid. Okay? Please attend this question. I'm going to see this question solution on your systems. Whoever has completed it or will complete it, please let me know so that I'll make you the presenter. You have to say that the input you are taking is an integer. So say int input, bracket. Is it working now? Working now, Puneet? Great. Always remember, whenever you are trying to take input from the keyboard or you are trying to print something on the console, it is always the data type is string. So you have to convert that data type. So good work. Anybody else who has done it, let me know. I'll make you the presenter and have a look at your code. One second, Monica, I'll just check. Good work, Karthik. You checked for good conditions. Great. Done well. Are you still facing problems, Karthik, for your system setup? I really wish you could have tried and showed me on your system. Are you still not able to install Eclipse? Okay, you're using Mac. Okay, fine. So the problem with your code, Monica, I can see your screen. Open Eclipse. The problem is with the indentation. Remember, after colon, when you press enter, there is already a tab. So press tab, it is not indented properly. Before length, press tab. Yeah. Then press tab. Tab for all the statements. Width, area. No, else will not be tabbed. width area, print statement. Then in else, the else condition will have uh, no condition. Else do not have a condition. So either it is 1 or 2, or whatever entry would be, it is not a valid entry, right? So just simply else colon before print the tab statement, the tab key. Similarly in your if, yeah, this should work now. Okay, great. Renuka, are you also done? Sure. Okay. So moving on to the next concept, it's a loop, a while loop. A while loop is basically a concept in which we are able to iterate through a certain number of steps, and with each iteration we generally are taking a new data entity and we iterate until a condition is true. So a while loop, we iterate certain steps until the or while the condition is true. For example, let us say while true, or while, let us say, int I, sorry, I is equal to 1, while I is less than equal to 5, print I is equal to I plus 1. How many times will I get printed in here, and what would be the values? I will get printed as 1. The condition would be still true, 2 less than equal to 5, so 2 will get printed. Then I becomes 3, 3 less than equal to 5, 3 will get printed. Then I becomes 4, 4 will get printed. Then I becomes 5, 5 less than equal to 5, condition is still true. But the minute I becomes 6, this condition becomes false. So it will exit the loop, only till here it will get printed. Is this clear? How the while loop is working? Okay. So let us see an example implementation. We create two variables, start range and end range, where we ask user to enter the values of start range and end range. Okay. which is our integer values for start range and end range. Then we say I is equal to S range, that is I equal to start range. While I is less than E range, while I value is less than E range, inside it we have an if condition. If I mod 7 is equal to 0, print I is equal to I plus 1. So basically what is this program doing? This program is printing all numbers divisible by 7 between a range. Okay, so we are trying to print all numbers divisible by 7 between a inside a range of numbers. Okay, so inside this while loop we can use an if condition also to print certain value which we like. Let us say we provide the start range as 1 and end range as 100. So all the numbers which are divisible by 7 between 1 to 100 will get printed. Have a look at this program and the output. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, Puneet. Okay, Monica. So with this, an interesting assignment problem for you guys. Think about it carefully. It is not difficult, but just requires a bit of thinking. Ask user to enter a number and print the number. Continue doing this until the number provided by the user is a negative number. So for example, if user enters 1, you print 1. If users enter 999, you print 199. If the user enters 3, you print 3, and so on and so forth. But if users enter -9, you exit. Do you all understand this question? You have to ask user to enter a number and then print the number. You have to continue to do this until the number provided by the user is a negative number. Okay? Try to solve this. Opening the while loop program for your reference. Hardik, if you would run this program, you will see it is not correct. There is just one line missing in the while loop. Think about it. Read the question again. You can see you should have this kind of an output. Your condition for the while loop is correct though. How to stop infinite loop? Well, your loop is supposed to be infinite until unless a negative value is provided. That's there in the question. That until and unless a negative value is provided, while the number is still positive, run it. You have to stop. Oh, there should be this stop icon in here on the console window. See the stop icon here. Try this. It's a very complicated code you have written. You are checking for a variable to be greater than 0 twice, once in the while loop condition, another in the if condition. You don't have to do that. You can really improve this code. So Karthik, were you able to figure out what was the problem with your code? Yeah, it takes only one input. So how will you make it take more than one input? Think about it. How many of you wrote down the pseudocode before attempting this problem? Or did you just directly started attempting the problem? Please be frank and true. Did you attempt writing down the pseudocode? Yeah, I thought so. Why don't we write the pseudocode first and then see if you guys are able to figure it out? So the pseudocode is very simple. The first step should be ask user to enter a number. Then you have to use a while loop. While number is greater than 0, print number. Then what is the next step? The next step is ask user to enter a number again. That's it, isn't it? This is your logic. Ask user to enter a number. If the number is greater than 0, print the number. Then in the same loop, ask user to enter the number. It will go back to this. If the number is greater than 0, it will print number and it will do the next step. Ask user to enter the number again. And will keep on iterating till the number provided is not greater than 0. If you would have written down this simple pseudocode, you would have been able to solve this problem much more faster. Karthik, are you able to see what was the step you were missing? Great. And Puneet, I hope you are able to see that you are using more than one condition for no reasons. Great. And Monica and Renuka, are you all able to understand? So it's just a three-line program. This is how it would look like. Where is it? This. Okay. You just have to add this step again inside your while loop. Anyways, I hope it all gave you guys a good brain exercise. So logic building is very important and very crucial. And in our initial 1, 2, 3 classes, that's what we are trying to achieve. Okay, we are trying to achieve logic building. It will take some time, but nevertheless, you guys will achieve it. Okay, it's okay to write down less smart programs. It is okay to struggle a bit. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so what we will do is let's take a break, guys. Let's take a break for 10 minutes if that's okay with you. Go back, refresh your minds, and then we will talk about for loop and a concept called as break. Okay, so I will see you guys in next 10 minutes. During the break, my voice will be on mute and screen on hold. I'll see you in next 10 minutes. Okay, so Monica, you were facing a problem making you the presenter, and we are resuming the session with this. Let us see your problem, and then we will move on to the next concept. A is equal to int enter a while a. What is happening if you are executing this program? I'm sorry. Run this program. Enter a positive value first. Now enter a negative value. Okay, so what happens if you enter a negative value directly? Is that the problem? Run the program again because this is working fine. Enter a negative value. No problem. It's working fine, Monica. So anyone has any questions? No? Okay, great. Now let us have a look at the keyword called as break. The break keyword basically helps us to break an ongoing loop and come out of it. Okay. So whenever we are working with a looping condition, if we have to break a loop, let us say if a condition is met or there is some other event which happens and you want to come out of that loop, then you use the break keyword and you come out of that loop to execute the next set of statements available in the code. Now similar to while loop, we have another loop called as a for loop, which works with something called as a range variable. Okay. So there is a concept called as range in Python, which helps you create a list of values, and using this range we are able to iterate through the for we are able to iterate through the list of values using the for loop. So the program is same as in the while loop we have done. We are trying to print numbers which are divisible by 7 given in a range. So we fetch the start range, we fetch the end range, then we say for I in, we create this range, S range to end range. If I mod 7 is 0, then we print I and we increment I. So this is basically the for loop. So we are incrementing I incremented by 1, you can increment by 2, you can decrement it, whatever you like. And you can basically work with this for loop within this using this range variable. So generally, where do we use a while loop and where do we use a for loop can be a question. So for loop is generally used in situation where your number of iterations are fixed, where you know how many times you are trying to iterate. Whereas while loop is generally used in a situation where your number of iterations are event based. For example, read the file until you reach the end of file. Read the information from the database until you reach the end of database, etc. Okay. So that is an example of a while loop statement. Let us see another example of a for loop, and in this time we are going to run the for loop both in the ascending order and in the descending order with using another entry in the for loop range variable. So here we say a as 10, b as 20 and I is equal to a. Okay, so I value is equal to a is 10, b is 20. So we say for I in range a comma b comma 2, print I. So what will happen? It will basically print the value of I with after incrementing 2. So first 10 will get printed, then 12 will get printed, then 14 will get printed, and so on and so forth. Let's have a look here. So with an increment of 2, the value of I is going to get printed. Now let us see in the descending order what will happen. We start from B to A because we want to move in the descending order, and we are decrementing it by -1. So it will be printing 20, 19, 18, 17 and so on and so forth. You can change it. Let us change it to -3. Then it will print 20, 17, 14 and 11. Okay. Have a look at this code. Let me know if you guys have any questions. This is how you can work with the for loop. And with this, I'm going to give you guys an interesting question to be done. Why I is equal to A? So that the start value for I becomes 10. This is just for the, I can actually remove this line. You were right, it's a redundant line. Any questions with this code? Any other questions? So the problem I am going to give you guys to do right now is, print the Fibonacci. No, that would be simple. Something else. Find all the prime numbers between 1 to 10 and print their tables till 10, for example from 1 to 10. So first of all, write down a program. You are not going to simply take, you already know what are all the prime numbers between 1 to 10, but you have to write this program logically. As in, find out whether the number you are working with is a prime number or not. If the number is a prime number, print its table from 1 to 10 like this. Okay? Is the question clear? It's a little lengthy program and a little complicated, but try to first write down the pseudocode for this. First of all, break this problem into two sub-problems. One is to find whether the number is prime or not. Second is to write the table of that number. So divide this problem into two sub-problems, write pseudocode for each part and then try to solve it. Clear with the question? Okay, attempt it please. Yeah, sure, Renuka. I hope your internet is working fine now. We were just trying to understand the for loop. So the for loop concept is like this. For example, you declare two variables, a is 10, b is 20. Then you use a for loop like this. For I in range a, b, 2, print I. So this will basically be printing I with an increment of 2. So I will be printed between all the numbers a to b but with an increment of 2. So it will be printing 10, 12, 14, so on and so forth. Then if we want to print in the descending order, we say j in range b to a and decremented by 3. So it will be printing 20, 17, 14, 11 and so on and so forth. This is how the printing will happen. So we were just understanding the concept of the for loop and a concept called as the break keyword, which basically helps you to exit a loop once a condition is met. Okay. So let us say in here we can write down the condition first. For example, if I is equal to 14, maybe we might want to break, else we would want to print I. Okay. In that case, once I value becomes equal to 14, nothing will get printed. It will encounter the break keyword. So for example, now see the output, you just gets printed 10 and 12. Then you encounter the break keyword for I equal to 14. So nothing after that will get printed. Okay. So this is one program which we have written, and then we have taken a small assignment to be done where we are trying to print all the prime numbers between 1 to 10. If the number is prime, we print it stable. That is the question. Is this clear? Okay, so please attempt it. Yeah, attempt this. Any success? Okay, you might struggle with the printing thing. Take the help of the Stack Overflow. Uh, Try to use something like this. Almost in the end, there is an answer that would help you. Okay. Attempt it. Was able to solve any part of the problem, find whether a number is prime or not, or to print the table? Table is done. Great. Prime number is done. Oh, the complete program is done. Uh, well, 7 is a prime number. Okay, for prime number this is correct, but then you have to continuously ask for the prime number. Yeah, but then if I extend from 1 to 10 to 1 to 100, will your program work, Puneet? I don't think so. You're just finding out whether the number is even or not. 9 is not a prime number. Oh, sorry, 9 is not a prime number. So your code will fail there. See, the logic to check whether a number is prime or not is, let us first write down. Let's use some data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. How will you find which number is prime or not? You already know 2 is a prime number. 1 is not considered. 2 is a prime number. We all know that. So we have to take from 3 to 10, right? How will you find it out? You have to divide basically 3 by 2 and 3 by 1. If it is divisible, not by 1, sorry, 3 by 2. If it is divisible by this, that is not a prime number. Then you take 4 by 3 and 4 by 2. Then you take 5 by 4, 5 by 3, 5 by 2. Do you see this? You are actually using two for loops in here. The upper for loop is providing you with the number. The second for loop is giving you the divisibility. Correct? So if for any of the divisibility check, the number gets divisible, you set a flag. If the flag is true, that number is no longer prime and you break the code. You need not check for other divisibility option, because if it is divisible by any one of the numbers, no need to check. For example, 6. 6 by 5, 6 by 4, 6 by 3, this will become divisible. So no need to check for 6 by 2. You can break the code here. Okay. So in here, not only pseudocode would help, what would help you would example data sets. So with the help of these example data sets, you can make out, you require two for loops. One for loop for the I, the other for loop for the j, so that you are trying to divide I by a value which j is taking, and j value should always be less than the value of I. Okay. And then if that number is a prime number, you table part is simple, right? Table part is simple. So yeah, table you have done right. So if we look at the solution, this is the solution. So I first initiated a flag to be false. Then I say for I in range 3 to 10. For j in range 2 to I, if I mod j is equal to 0, flag is true, break. If flag, that means if the flag was true, pass will basically do nothing. It will move on to the next number in the for loop. Else I am going to print I, and I am going to multiply with another for loop for k in range 1 to 10. I am printing my values and producing my output. So this percentage d in here is known as string formatter. I am replacing the value of percentage d with I in here, and this end will help me with continuation of the line. For this you have to print the table of 2 separately, because you will start with 3. 2 is a prime number, but you will not be able to solve it with this. Okay, you have to take 2 as a prime number and print the table of 2, and for rest of them you can solve this by using this logic. So percentage d is a string formatter. At the time of execution, its value will be replaced by the value given by this variable I. And the value of this would be replaced by value given by this variable k. Okay. This would be your complete, taking it till 11 so that 2 into, so that the number multiplied by 10 also is accounted for. Okay. So this would be the program. I will share this program with you. Let me give it some hints. Is it making sense? The way this question is solved? No, it is not mandatory to use. What you have done, Puneet, is also correct. You have used this, right? This is what you have used. This is also correct. So I'll share both the types here. It is always good to know the other way to do it. And with this, you learned three things. You have seen usage of if, for, break, pass, printing in two different ways, string formatter, and the concept of end to print information in the same line. So there are a few things you learn with this program. So I've provided the comments for you guys to refer to. This looks like a complicated program, but if you break down it into subparts, you will be able to understand it better. Any questions in here? We will take few assignment problems, rather a lot of assignment problems, because with what all concepts we have learned, some good assignment problems can be created. Ask user to enter three numbers. Ask user to enter three numbers. Print the smallest. Question 2 is ask user to enter a number. Print its factorial. What is the factorial of a number? For example, if I say 5 factorial, it is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. Question 3 is write down a program to print Fibonacci series between 1 to 100. Fibonacci series in this 0 and 1 are available by default. The next number in the series is sum of the previous two numbers. The next number in the series is sum of previous two numbers. Okay. Calculate the tax the user has to pay based on the following metrics. If the person is male and income is between $10,000 to $50,000, the tax is 10%. If the income is between $50,000 to $1 lakh, the tax is 30%. Anything greater than one, the tax is 20%. Anything greater than 1, the tax is 30%. But if the person is female and income lies within this range, the tax in here is 7, 15 and 25%. You can use 0 for male or 1 for male and 2 for female to keep it numeric. Okay. Try to solve down this question. The last question for today's concept assignment is write down a program to find for the numbers between 1 to 10. If the number is even, print its table from 10 to 20. If the number is odd, print its table from 1 to 10. Again, this question you will be able to do easily once you have a look at the question I have solved and you were all solving. But nevertheless, still this question so that you get to practice. Okay? Do you all see the assignments? So these are your assignments, and what all we have learned today, we have learned about the concept of if, we have learned about the concept of while, for, break, pass keywords. So remember them, and tomorrow when we meet, we are going to learn about strings, list, and dictionaries. So I will be sending you the day 2 material which is regarding assignment exercises through email. You will receive them. Again, you need not send the assignments by tomorrow. You can take your time and do it over the weekend. How was today's class? How did you find today's class? Good? Okay, great. Good to know that. So please practice. If you have any feedback or suggestions, you can let me know about that. So Karthik, were you also comfortable? I hope you should be able to fix your system with Eclipse by tomorrow so that you can also do lots of hands-on. Great. Okay. I am happy with your participation and your progress. Remain that much active. Tomorrow we will meet again, same time. Thank you so much. I will be sending you meeting request for the rest of the week tomorrow. So please check your emails before joining the session. Thank you so much. Take care everyone. Have a good night. Bye.